I'm going to share a story with you that actually started 8 years ago when I first moved to New York City. Now, when I arrived to the Big Apple, I didn't know a single soul. I was completely on my own. But at the same time, a good friend, she sent me these words. It said, do something every day to remind the city why you are here. Now those words, they created a spark in me. They became my inspiration, my motivation. I loved them so much. And in fact, I loved them so much, I put them on my phone as a screensaver. So that every time when I looked down at my phone, those words were there. Do something every day to remind the city why you're here. And that's what I started to do. I made a point to get out and meet people and create opportunities and also create a network of like-minded souls who could support one another, who could help each other grow and go after those dreams. And along the way, I ended up meeting a guy. His name is Patrick Duffy. Now, if you knew me from back then, you know who he is. He is the founder of Global Fashion Exchange. And together, he and I would host these massive clothing swaps, like 300 people would show up. And the whole intention of these swaps was to educate and inspire people of circular economy. So with our clothing, we can either share it, we can trade, we can take an old piece and repair it or repurpose it. There's so many different options that we can do with our clothing instead of going out and buying something new and throwing it away. Now, the circular economy is not only great for humans as individuals because we end up saving money, but also it's great for the planet because it reuses resources and it prevents things from going into landfill. So our work, we were actually making a difference. We were having an impact on people's lives and the planet. And I feel because our work was authentic and purposeful, that created a strong relationship that Patrick and I had. Now, COVID came and we couldn't be in New York anymore. It was unsafe and he and I left and we went our separate ways. And that dream, our work, that chapter came to an end. However, because that relationship was so authentic, 5 years later, we just happened to find ourselves in the same place again. He's in Minneapolis and I'm just an hour north. So we're really close to one another. And we're reconnecting. And now we're both doing different things. But our relationship is the same. We still believe in one another. We still want to support one another. And we're still doing everything we can to help the other grow and succeed. So my whole point of this, first of all, yes, be your own cheerleader. And one way to do that is find those words that create a spark inside you, that motivate you, that inspire you. Hello, B. There he goes. And put them in front of you as a constant reminder. Is it by your bedside? Is it in the mirror in the bathroom? On the mirror in the bathroom? On the refrigerator? Or do you have it on your phone? What are those words that keep you going? Have them in front of you whenever you need it so that you're constantly being reminded, you're constantly being motivated, you're cheering yourself on. And also, the work that you do is improving yourself, going after your dreams. You don't know exactly how it's going to unfold. None of us do. But just remember, the work that you do, if it's full of good intentions and if it's authentic, you are radiating that energy out. And that means it's going to be coming back to you as well. What you put out is also what you get back. And so this relationship I had with Patrick, I had no idea that we were going to end up in the same area 5 years later. It was completely coincidental. But we are taking off just from where we left off in New York City, helping each other, supporting each other, being there for us. And that is because of the energy we put out. We did our work and it's coming back to us. So know, be reminded that any work that you put in achieving your goals, improving yourself, whatever you put out, it will come back to you. Just let go of those expectations of how it should, because it might come back in a way you had no idea it would. Oh, that was a rhyme. I didn't plan on that. But it will come back to you in the best way possible. If you want to talk about this or have any questions or comments, I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out. And as always, take good care of yourself so that you can be your best self. Mwah.